I'm sure you can see my name there, Reagan. And it's an honor and a privilege that I get to share what changed my life. And not only my life, the people that are on this journey with me, my team from the US, you saw our team from Switzerland, Germany, Romania, all over the world. So thank you so much that you chose to spend this time with us. You could be anywhere. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, we're a minute away from sharing with you. For those that I haven't met yet, my name is Angela, and Reagan is my brother from another mother. And I'm your sister from another mister. We've been on this journey together for a while. That's it. And there's a reason we've got smiles on our faces, because for months we've been talking about this incredible gift of legacy and waiting for our boards to start, for the wheels to be in motion. And now they are, and we are hearing stories from all of you and our own stories in our own lives of how our lives are already immediately changed. So I'm going to share my screen, Reeks, and then Regan's going to take us through a little bit of an introduction for those of you who are new to Gift of Legacy, of who we are, why we're doing what we're doing, and then I'm going to take us through the boards. So give me 1 second to share my screen.
All right.
There we have it.
Okay, so Ange, for some strange reason, I see my internet is a bit unstable. So I know we got Chris and Kent on the call. So if for some strange reason it cuts off, I apologize in advance for that.
No worries. I'll pick up if you drop off. I'll carry on.
I don't know what's happening.
Thank
you so much.
Need me.
Thank you so much, Kent. Thank you so much for your support always. Okay, as Angela said, what we're about to show you tonight, I hope it resonates with you. I mean, we know for the past, I think it's 2.5 years, I think we've all been through a struggle with the pandemic. We've seen people with degrees. We've seen people that are doctors, lawyers. We've seen, every person has been affected by COVID. Okay, so we realize that our careers, our jobs, our businesses, they are not pandemic proof. Okay, but gifting has been around for centuries. I mean, it's a principle, it's a biblical principle, it's a natural principle. All the good books, whether you look at, whether it's the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Torah, every book speaks about gifting. Every single day, you and I have been gifting. It is something we've been doing from a young age. When we waited for our birthday, or when we waited for Christmas, what did we wait for? We waited for gifts. So is it fair to say that is pandemic proof? So if you look at Gift of Legacy, I believe there's power in the name. Gifting, as I said, we've been doing for ages. Legacy, I love to say that I want to leave a legacy for my family, and that's to love, live, and inspire. And the most important thing that we'll show you tonight is giving. Love, live, give, and inspire. Okay, so as I said, we are gifting activity, creating abundance. Now, if you're on this call, know that you've been invited by a person that maybe knows your situation, but also a person that cares about you, and if you're here, know that we value you, and this will take about 30 minutes. So sit back, and we're going to share this amazing, amazing journey with you. Okay, I gave you a little introduction there, but have a look at this. Gift of Legacy, or what we love to call GL, is a gifting activity with an incredible algorithm. And you will see as we go along, we will speak a bit of that algorithm built in so that everyone can ride the boards of abundance, okay? You learn all about a well-kept secret. Now, it's no longer a secret. Why? Because we have over 10,000 participants at the moment. But gifting, you'll see, gifting has been run for years to come, okay? You're probably asking now, right? Who is it for? Let's have a look. I believe it's for everybody. I believe it's for everyone that's been through some struggles. But have a look at this. Do you believe in the principle of sowing and reaping? Do you believe in give and you shall receive? Do you enjoy blessing someone that you don't even know? And do you want to take control of your life? Do you enjoy helping others to succeed? Now, for me, I believe in all of this, okay? But the most important thing that stands out for me is, of course, I want to spend time with my family. I want to give, I want to help, and I want to help people succeed. You know, someone told me that if you want to succeed, help someone out there to succeed. So if you said yes to any of the above, I'm ready to get started and share this journey with you. Now, maybe you're asking, okay, Reags, I love all that, but what is gift legacy? Okay, we would love you to take part in the world's most exciting gifting activity. Okay, and you know, can you hear me now, Anne?
Yeah, it's breaking up quite badly. Let's speak again, and then we can make a call quickly if we should keep going.
Okay, no problem. I think if it cuts off again, you know, we can ask Candace to, yeah.
All right.
So if it cuts off again, we can just ask Candace to go ahead, because we obviously don't want to delay anything here, especially the people that are here to hear this valuable information. So what is Gift of Legacy? As I said, we want you to take part in the world's most exciting gifting activity and change your life while helping others to do the same, okay? It's a global gifting activity, and gifting has blessed millions worldwide, okay? The most important thing for me and what I love the most is peer-to-peer. I get to help people peer-to-peer. It's inspired by sacred economy. It's decentralized and it's perpetual. Now, perpetual is a word you're going to see as we go along. Okay, let's unpack this a bit. Global gifting activity. It's a perpetual gifting economy, uplifting communities and yourself. Creating abundance and self-development together. Now, why self-development? We believe that breakthrough is a door that can only be opened from the inside. So you make sure that you work on the inside and you start to see it on the outside. So what is sacred economics? Okay, financial gifting has been used around the world for centuries and successfully for over 700,000 participants in Gift of Legacy's precursor platform since 2009. In Africa, where we currently are, the Ubuntu culture, communities helping each other, traces to the history of money from ancient gifting economies. It's 100% legal and it's off the mainstream system for decades. That's blessed millions, okay? Sharing of wealth into the hands of many, okay? Billions of dollars get shared globally among people annually, monthly, weekly, and even daily. You know, those of you who are currently part of Gift of Legacy, you are testament to that, because from the day we launched, you have been receiving gifts. That's how we know, even daily, okay? And our main purpose is to give hope, education, and blessing people into abundance globally. It's decentralized, so there's no company. You know, pay attention to this. There's no company, there's no institution, there's no broker or trader. Now, remember what we said? We want you to take control of your life. And that is something that we all want to do. It's just an interactive website managing the movements of boards in our gifting community. I love to say that the website is a bridge between myself and to Angela. All you need is a computer or a smartphone. WhatsApp and Telegram is essential. We know that is how we communicate these days. Peer-to-peer, I absolutely love this. Person to person. Now, gifts get paid directly to you into your account, or the arrangement that you make with the person that you're about to gift. Remember, I said there's no money on a platform. You don't have to worry about your money getting stolen or someone running away with your money. It's strictly peer-to-peer. No third party controlling any money. Okay. Perpetual. As I said, you're going to hear this as we go along. It means ongoing, it means nonstop, and it's passive. Perpetual gifting and receiving over and over and over for generations to come. Gift of legacy is more than just a gifting activity. Okay, no one gets left behind. Okay, that's our goal. No one gets left behind. That's our goal. We help each other grow and succeed while supporting each other and uplifting one another. We gift from the heart. We share the love. You get to guide your team, and you eventually become the legend. And remember, that's where you now start to build a legacy. Remember what I said: live, love, give, and inspire. Excuse me. We're a community with the same goal. What is that goal, you ask? We want to change lives for the better.
Yes, absolutely. It's all about changing lives, our lives and the lives of the people around us. So we like to use this example of, you know, when you're in an airplane and they explain to you that if they lose air pressure, that you need to first use your own oxygen mask before you try and help the passengers around you. A horrific thought for me because I'm not a big fan of the flying, but in the event, one needs to be prepared. And that's what we're doing here. We're starting off by gifting $100 into this incredible self-perpetual system. That is where we start the first step to take care of ourselves, because it's very hard to give when your own cup is empty. So that's where we kick off. And this is the one and only time you will ever take money out of your own pocket. So for me, when I was first introduced to this community and to gifting in general, because I had actually never heard of gifting activities before this. And I thought, well, $100 in South Africa, dollars are always a thing in South Africa because of our exchange rate. But it's not like you're investing your life savings or, you know, whatever it might be. It's because this is not an investment. To become part of this family, to become part of this community, you have been invited personally by someone. And what you're doing is you're taking $100 and you're gifting it directly to another person, into their dreams, into their life, into their self-rescue plan. And that is the one and only time you're going to use your own money. Thereafter, as I'm going to take you through now, you will see that you'll use some of the gifts that you receive, a small portion of that, to advance yourself through Gift of Legacy. So as Reagan said, it's purely peer-to-peer, and 100% of the gifts are paid directly to you. Just to give you an example of that, this week, in fact, my silver board, which we're going to introduce you to in a moment, started filling up with gifters. Those 8 people all contacted me individually and all made individual arrangements with me to send me their $400 gift. Some were gifting me to PayPal. Some were gifting me to Wise. Others were gifting me into my bank account. I opted not to do crypto this time around, but maybe next time around. There's no middleman, and it's 100% of that gift comes to me. And then when I move on to the next board, I'm going to be gifting the legend on that board. So it really is person to person. You're not paying a platform fee or anything else, peer to peer. And that's what sets us apart from the many other schemes and things you may have seen before. So let's take a little journey through the boards. We have 4 boards in Gift of Legacy. And I'm going to take you through the first one in a bit more detail, and then we'll go through the rest. They all work exactly the same. So let's begin with the bronze board. So this is the entry-level board. This is where you bring that $100. This is where you say, you know what, I'm going to take a chance on this. Or amazing, I get the vision. I want to be part of this. We all come in different places into this community. But when you leave this board, you're going to leave with $800. So let's break that down a little bit. I'm going to show you this by showing you, the little orange circle represents you. I'm going to show you how you enter with that $100, and then how when you move up, you share this with some like-minded people who will do the same. I'm going to show you the 4 boards, $100, $400, $1,600, and the $5,000 board. And you'll see the journey that you take from gifter, as Reed was telling you about now, gifter, builder, guide to legend on each of the 4 boards. And here's where it gets really fun. On the journey through the boards, how the first time round, you're going to receive $42,700. And once you start moving into the perpetual journey, don't worry about that word. You're hearing it a lot. I'm going to unpack it for you. Your gifts will total $49,700, and that will repeat perpetually over and over again. And for those of you who are the money people, that is about a 501% return on the $100 that you gift into someone's life. It is truly amazing. And I'm so glad that I have taken this ride. It certainly is the ride of a lifetime. So let's have a look. Bronze board. Here we go. After you've given your sacred yes, as we like to call it, you will be placed on a $100 board, and you will gift the legend on this board directly. At the same time, the builders on this board are also inviting other people. So you'll see there are 2 hemispheres. There's a left hemisphere and a right hemisphere. You will be, when you come onto the board, you're going to see your hemisphere. Well, you'll see them both, but you can just concentrate on your side of the board for now. And once the 4 are full up throughout on this side of the board, and the legend on the other side the builders on the other side are busy putting their 8 in, this board is going to split, and you're going to move up to the builder position. So if you just think about it, gifter, you're gifting in, you're taking time to understand gift of legacy, and you're taking the time to learn, to absorb, to know what you're talking about. And you might be thinking about who, because you've caught the vision, you might be thinking about who it is that might be able to come on this journey with you. Once you get to the builder position, you really now want to start inviting those people to join you. You only need 2 people to journey and advance through a profile. Now, what you put in is what you get out. So, people like Reagan, for example, and I've seen this in action. He and Velissa, they make sure that they speak to 2 people every single day. They believe in this, as we all do. We are like, why would you share this with just 2 people when it is so life-changing? But this is the place where you really want to bring in your 2 gifters who can travel with you, like-minded, like-hearted people. Once the 8 gifters are in from both sides of the board again, the board's going to split off. And this time you're going to move up to the guide position. So now, hopefully, once you're at guide, you've got your 2 gifters, your 2 invitees with you. Now you're going to help the builders, because one of them was probably going to be a builder now. But just keeping in mind, this isn't an MLM structure. All right. This is just a structure that's laid out for our gifting. There are other aspects involved here, where there's boards, where there might be something a little quiet. The algorithm will push someone that's on the perpetual boards. I'm going to tell you about that now, in to help you. So it's not a fixed structure. It breathes and moves according to the humans that are in each of these positions, that are having real life stories, that might not in the perfect timing have their 2 invitees with them while they're in the builder position. So we really keep all of this in mind. But best practice would be, by the time you get to guide, you are now ready to help your builders to invite their 2 people in. And you're also there to support the legend as you communicate as a board. Your bronze board, that $100 board, is a place where we build our community, where you get to know the people that you are on this journey with. Once that, again, we've got the gifters all coming in, you will see that the board will split off again, and you this time will land in the center spot. That's the legend spot. And this is where you start receiving. Look how quick that is. I have seen pyramid schemes where there's people sitting at the top and you don't even know how far up they are. You don't know when you're ever going to get to that position. Here, 3 splits. The board splits off 3 times and it's your turn to receive. How does it get better than that? And I, myself and Reeks have had this experience. So We are not financial advisors, but we can talk to you about this, having been part of this community for the last year and seeing this working over and over again in our lives and the lives of everyone around us. So once you get to this legend position, it's your turn now. You've put in the effort, you've worked on these bronze boards, you've built community. And now when the gifters arrive on your board, they're each one going to gift you $100. So you put in 100 out of your own pocket, you gifted that to your legend. This time it's your turn to receive $100 from the 8 people on your board. Once you've received all 8 gifts, the board will split off, and now you will have the opportunity, 1, to move up a level, to advance to the silver board. And here's where it gets super exciting. You will be able to hold back $100 and move into the perpetual cycle. Now, I just want to explain the perpetual cycle a little bit to you. When we say this is not a pyramid scheme, or this is not one of those other structures that you may have seen before, much like actually being in corporate, really, where there's a big structure that's built with, you know, CEOs at the top and everyone following down. Here, when you've gifted your $100 and you get to legend and you've received, you have the opportunity to enter the perpetual cycle, which means you go back down to the gifter position. When I say down, I mean alongside, actually. You have a turn to receive and you have a turn to give. So once you've received, it's your turn to give again. And so the cycle keeps going. I'm going to show you what that looks like. But basically, you're going to keep 400 to move up a level out of your $800, and you're going to use 100 to move yourself into the perpetual bronze cycle. This is your first time round. And let's have a look at what that looks like now. Next time you enter the bronze board, you gift $100. When you get to the legend position, you're going to receive your $800. But once you're now in a perpetual cycle, you're going to keep 700 every time instead of 300. Why? Because the first time around, you used 400 to advance yourself to the next board, to the silver board. So you've advanced, you're on a 400 board, and now you're just re-entering and staying in that perpetual cycle over and over again for endless boards to come, infinity and beyond. That's just going to keep running over there. But now let's look at what happened because you advanced to the silver level. Again, you used some of the gifts you received on the first round to enter the silver board. And when you exit this board, you're going to exit with $3,200. Why so much this time around? Because once you get to legend, 8 gifters have also gifted in 400. So you're receiving 8 times $400, and that's what gives you the 3,200. It's the same build. You come in as a gifter on that board, you're going to gift the legend, you're going to move to the builder. This time, however, you don't need to bring more people. I mean, if you want to, that's your choice, but the minimum requirement is 2 invitees. And at this point, you're going to continue to look after your friends and your people that are journeying with you who might still be on the bronze board, but really now, once you move on to the silver boards, you have done the first start of your build of what's possible, the basics of what's possible in Gift of Legacy. So once you have moved through the silver board, you will have received $3,200, as I said. Now you're going to hold back $1,600. Why? That is to advance yourself to the gold board. So there's only 4 boards, 100, 400, the gold, 1,600, and then there's one more to come. At the same time, you're going to use 400 to enter the perpetual silver cycle, like you've already done on the bronze. So this first time round, you're keeping $1,200, but once you move into the perpetual cycle, every time you gift 400, then you receive as a legend 3,200. Once you're in perpetual cycle, you're going to keep 2,800 every time. Why? Because you're now already placed on the gold board. So you don't need to place yourself up again. You're just cycling now. And every single time you get to keep $2,800 over and over again. Let's have a look at what's happening on the gold board where you've just advanced yourself to. You used 1,600 of your gifts. Remember, no money out of your own pocket. You're using your gifts. So you enter with 1,600. Now those 8 gifters, when you get to legend, are each going to be gifting you 1,600, and you're going to exit with $12,800. that's when we start getting super excited. Although I must say, I've just been legend on the silver board, and receiving the 400 gifts are equally as exciting. I think every board is exciting, but it really starts getting next level when you start moving to the gold board. Again here, once you've received your $12,800 in gifts, you're going to hold back $5,000 to place yourself on our final board, the platinum board, and you're going to use $1,600 to enter the perpetual gold cycle. That means you're going to keep $6,200 US dollars in your pocket on the first time through the cycle. Let's have a look again what the perpetual boards look like. So now you've moved, you've advanced up to the platinum board, the $5,000 board, and now you're re-entering the gold boards. You're going to gift your $1,600 to the legend. When you get to legend, you're going to receive $12,800, and this time you're going to keep $11,200 every single time, because you don't need to use $5,000 extra to place yourself again. So I hope that that's kind of becoming really clear for you in your mind. So then let's move up. Now you've advanced yourself to the platinum board. You've entered with $5,000 US dollars. And when we say entry, remember that is the entry to the board, but you are actually taking $5,000 US dollars and you are gifting that to another human being, all of it, who's sitting in the legend position. And you are gifting that into their hearts, into their lives, into their dreams, into their families, into whatever it is that they are needing. That's what that entry is doing. And when you exit as the legend, you're going to receive $40,000 US dollars. It's amazing. And what's also really cool is that this is the top board. So it's kind of perpetual already, because you're going to get your 40,000 and you're going to use 5,000 right away just to enter the perpetual system. So you're always on the platinum board going to be keeping gifts to the value of $35,000 in your pocket. And the same thing will happen over and over and over again. The way gifting communities survive, and this is why our algorithm is so important, because gifting is not new. Gifting platforms are not new, and they have had positive and negative news. There's been those outcomes. The magic ingredient is an algorithm that is able to manage the gifting, in our case, of over 10,000 people globally, to redistribute those gifts amongst each other and to continue to do that. The way it continues on is if we are faithful in our giving and receiving, that when we receive, we use a small portion of that. Many of you might be used to that with tithing and various other ways of giving back. You keeping a small portion to gift back in and to stay in the cycle so that you can continue to gift and receive. So let's have a quick recap of that. Bronze board, you enter with $100, you exit with $800. Silver board, you enter with $400 and you exit with $3,200. Gold board, you enter with $1,600, you exit with $12,800, and the platinum board, you enter with $5,000 and you exit with $40,000 US dollars. Keeping in mind, the only time you used your own money was this $100 that you brought in right in the beginning. Let's recap those gifts. So the first time through the boards, your main first time through, you received, this is after you've used gifts to advance yourself, you're still receiving $42,700 US dollars in any currency. That is a healthy, very lovely amount of gifts that you can do something with. It's a really great, great gift in and of itself into people's lives. But here's how it gets even better. Once you're in those perpetual boards, every single time, you're going to receive $49,700 US dollars. That's just short of $50,000 US dollars every single time you rotate through one of those cycles over and over and over and over again. Take out your calculator, work that out in your currency and see what that actually equates to. It really is quite beautiful. So there are a couple of activity guidelines, and also just to say, I've taken you through those boards quite quickly, and it can be like mind-blowing to look at initially. You don't have to make a decision tonight. Come back tomorrow night where Tim and Petrol will unpack it for you and just hear it a few times to really get it in, let it sink into your heart. But Reeves is going to recap some of the guidelines for us now. So over to you, Reeves.
Thank you so much for that. Now, I'm sure some of you are super excited. You know, you've seen the numbers, you've seen that, wow, this is amazing. This is something that can take me to the next level. Now, I want to just bring you down for a moment. Okay. Now, most of you know this. You will never be rewarded for the work that you did not do. Okay. I'm going to say that again because it's something that's very important to me. You will never be rewarded for the work you did not do. Another thing that we know, and I'm sure we've seen it throughout our life, there's no secret to success. There's a system to success. And just here at Gift of Legacy as well, we have a system or we have guidelines. So let's have a look at that. In order to advance through that bronze board, remember that's the $100 board, okay, to the rest of the boards, you're required to invite 2 people to join. Now, remember, this is a guideline. Invite 2 people to join. Why? Because you want to share this with every single person now. You know, Angela mentioned that I like to share it with 2 people a day, okay? Because I follow that guideline, because I know that is what is going to make the guidelines or the system work, okay? If you cannot, you're welcome to gift in 2 people by offering to activate their positions, okay? That's just a guideline as well, okay? If you do not follow these guidelines, okay, you'll not be able to advance to the silver board. Now, all of us want to progress. You know, it's said that most people are unhappy, not because they have money or don't have money, it's because they do not progress in life, okay? So if you don't want to follow these guidelines, or if you don't follow these guidelines, you'll not be able to advance. You'll not be able to progress to the next board. You will also not have access to the perpetual board. Now, I love to say the perpetual board is your passive residual income. Now, the perpetual board, as Angela said, okay, is an amazing board. You know, it just goes over and over and over. But in actual fact, you have a perpetual position on a board, okay? So you learn that as you go along, okay? So now to activate that board, you need to follow these guidelines. I know you're probably saying, but Reagan, you're going on and on about these guidelines. It's because we know there is a system to success, okay? We know it. I mean, you've been in school and you knew that you had to advance, but you had to go through an exam, et cetera, et cetera. You had to follow those guidelines, okay? Now, when you become a legend on the board and the 8 gifters have been confirmed, you'll then be able to access that perpetual board, okay? This allows you to become a gifter again and again and again. So look at that. You will always be a gifter and you'll always be a legend. Okay, so you will always move to your progress or move to a next board, become a gifter and become a receiver or become a legend. Now that is how the cycle keeps going on over and over and over. Now remember, you do not require more people once you advance. That's if you follow the guidelines and brought in your 2. Okay, you do not require more people once you advance. And the only money you ever took out of your pocket was your unconditional gift of $100 to the legend on that board. Probably asking, Reeves, Angela, this is all amazing. I love the numbers. I love the guidelines. Why Gift of Legacy? What makes Gift of Legacy unique? Now it's user-friendly. Besides the support you get from everyone in the community, you'll have a unique personal profile, which is informative. And everyone in Gift of Legacy is testament to this, which is an informative and easy to use profile. And everything you need to succeed is at your fingertips, okay? There's a fail-safe system. Gift of Legacy has various methods in its algorithm that keeps the boards moving. I'll tell you a quick story. You know, I was on a call with this amazing American team and they were loading people into the system and automatically the algorithm placed 2 people on the board. They're like, where did that come from? You know, so we saw it live, real time in front of us, okay? There's an innovative algorithm. As we mentioned, this groundbreaking algorithm takes care of the new participants while rewarding the existing participants. Now, this is also amazing, cross-pollination. You know, as you saw when we started the call, We have people from Switzerland. We have people from Romania. Now imagine you landing on a board and you get to gift people from all over the world, or they are going to gift you. Okay, the simple guidelines that I was ranting and raving about, all participants have to adhere to these guidelines in order to continue. This ensures a higher reward rate for everyone. Now remember, you're not limited to two. You're not limited to two. I'm going to share this with the world. Okay. Okay, we've introduced a fast track system. So there are some people that, you know, they just don't like to move slow. They like a drive-through breakthrough. They just want to get in there and they want to get to the top and they want to move on. So GL has multiple strategies to assist you move ahead. Now we have an in-depth explanation in our training video. If that is something that is for you, you know, you can find it on our YouTube channel. Support bots. Now, all of you that are part of GL know that we're all about support. You can reach out to support from the website. You know, it'll be available also on your profile that answers all the questions you may have pertaining to GL. And as well, you get to report misconduct. Why? Because we are a community and we want to protect each and every individual in our community.
Absolutely. Reags,
now, this
is my favorite
yeah.
saying of yours. You need to share your gym analogy, because so many of us identify with it.
Okay, so as you can see, this is important. Now, remember, yes, I said there's a system to success, but you know, you can go study to be an engineer, but if you do not put in the work, you may never be an engineer, you know. So let's have a look at this. I can take you to a gym, you know, maybe it's anywhere in the world, that this gym has thousands of dollars worth of equipment, but I cannot guarantee you that you're going to get a six-pack or even look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Flex Wheeler or any of these bodybuilders. You know, I just cannot guarantee it. I cannot even guarantee.
Reags has gone into frozen mode. So, yeah, you know, there are no guarantees unless you put in the effort, is essentially where he's going with that. And then also just to say that Gift of Legacy is a decentralized platform. And as we said, there's no third-party affiliation, ownership, or partnership. Now, we know of people that are offering packages, but please, you do all of that at your own risk. If you do join a community or a team that are offering some kind of Gift of Legacy package, know that there is no middleman. So you don't need to be doing that. 100% of our gifts are peer-to-peer, and no funds get paid to a platform. So all you need to join is $100. That's it. Please make sure that you keep that in mind. And all gifts are always given to the legend or to the legend on the board. And so just be really careful, because, just make sure you know what you're doing and who you're doing it with. Reek seems to have disappeared, but I want to thank you. We've got some strange weather patterns in South Africa at the moment, and I'm sure he'll pop back on in a second. But as we said, it's quite a lot to take in on your first sitting and your second, and very often your third. And so we've got training. There are Telegram groups and training sessions, and just speak to the person who invited you, and they will give you that information. There's another call like this tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow night, Petra and Tim are presenting, and they will explain it in a slightly different way. And you know, it will be able to sink into your heart and into your minds a little bit more. So thank you for being with us. My brother Reags is back. Sorry, Reags, that you got cut off in the mid sentence.
Mm-hmm. So sorry about that. I obviously don't have control over the weather, you know. So, you know, I just want to say thank you so much. Just as Angela said, you know, that you got to spend this time with us. Now, you see, with me, when this was introduced to me, yes, I had to look deeper, but I realized something, that, hold on, this is not a get rich quick scheme, but it's a get rich possible. I looked at that and I said, this is gonna work with or without me. So I'm ready to get started. Okay, so if it resonates with you, I look forward to joining hands with you and look forward to supporting you on this journey.
Thank you.
Okay, Chris and Kans, do you guys have something to say, or can we, you know, send these lovely people off?
We always have something to say, Regan.
Can I just say before you say that, just Rebecca, thank you so much for signing for us again tonight. What a treat to have you on with us on these calls. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank
Over
you
to
so
you,
much.
Candace.
Okay, everybody. Well, we've been having loads of fun. The whole community has been having fun, whether they are on bronze boards or silver boards. It really is beautiful to see so many new people that have started are getting gifted, and so many of us that have been working alongside one another and visiting each other every night on Zoom are also being gifted. But I just, like Regan said, definitely not a get rich quick scheme. And I'd also like to mention that, yes, some boards are filling up in a day, and that is absolutely phenomenal, but it's not normal. The only reason that they are filling up the way that they are is because the people that are on those boards are working together and they are bringing in masses of people. So if you are on a slow moving board, the first question you got to ask yourself is, what am I doing? What am I doing to fill this board? Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. What am I doing? How many people have I invited and how many people have joined this board? Because, I mean, Regan has been chatting to an amazing group of people. They brought in 35 people in one day. That's going to bring movement to the boards. If you are bringing 2 people a day as a whole board, you're not going to have the same results. So please just understand that you've got to have patience. When you work in a job, you get paid every month. And gifting is quite similar in the sense that a lot of new people that are joining rely on getting paid at the end of the month so that they can have a little bit of extra cash so they can come into this gifting community. So before, when we were all on the precursor program, for me, it was common to have a little bit of gifts monthly. Every now and then it would happen daily. I mean, not very often, but it would happen. And here we are getting people that are getting gifted daily because they used the 5 months preparing and making sure that they had their people. And now they are loading them in. So Chris, I'm going to let you take over, because when we chatted about that today, you just had a really beautiful way of expressing what needs to happen on the boards.
Awesome. Thank you, Kens. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Reed. Thank you, Rebecca. Beautiful presentation as always. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, guys. Yeah, we were chatting earlier on a Zoom call, and like Kens just said now, for a board to move as quickly as it is in one day is not normal. It is not normal. I've never seen anything like this before. So we need to all have a bit of perspective and a bit of patience. Now, what I was talking about earlier on today is you've got to basically build from where you are. Now, what do I mean by build from where you are? Yesterday and today, I've had a few people message me and they said, yeah, my board is very slow. And I said, okay, send me a picture of your board. Let's have a look and see what's happening with your board. And then they'll send it to me. And then I asked them straight away, I said, have you shared Gift of Legacy with 2 people yet? And they said, no. So straight away I thought, hang on a moment. You're talking about a board that's moving slow, but you haven't contributed yet to that board. So, for a person to say the board's not moving slow, I think have a look first on what effort has been put into the board from your side, which I think is so important. This is the most simple concept I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've done many things in my life. And I've worked really hard to earn money in my life. And let me tell you something, a gifting community like Gift of Legacy is something that's very different to what we've ever seen before. It's the most simple thing I've ever seen in my life. All you have to do is you gift $100 and you share Gift of Legacy with a minimum of 2 people. That's all you have to do. Now, if you think very carefully, you say you've got a job, you've got to get up in the morning, you've got to get into your car, you've got to fight with the traffic, you've got to get to the office, you've got to sit there and you've got to work day in and day out, 5 days a week, 20 days a month to earn your income. There's a lot of effort that you're putting in to receive your paycheck at the end of the month. So having a look, you just saw how Angela explained the boards. And, you know, a lot of us in the precursor program have been through those cycles. So we have been through it before. So it is as real as it gets. To receive that type of additional income in the form of gifts with the small amount of effort, people can't quite understand it, because it's such a paradigm shift, because us as human beings, we're very analytical. And we kind of like try to overanalyze things. And there's a thing called analysis causes paralysis. And what does that mean? It's kind of like, no, I need to know every tiny little bit of detail before I share this with somebody. We've got enough tools, we've done enough training, and all I can say is a word of advice. And the advice that I'm giving you right now this evening, I'm giving you from personal experience, because I have done it before. And what you've got to do is build from where you are. Build from where you are. Don't worry about what's happening to the left of you. Don't worry about what's happening to the right of you. Don't worry above you. Don't worry all over. You just have a look at where you are on the board, and all you've got to do is share Gift of Legacy with 2 people. Once they've registered, you help them to get their 2 people. And guess what? The boards are going to move. You actually won't believe how quickly. When you see other people coming onto the boards, you've got to look at that a little bit differently. Look at it as that is just a bonus. Those are people from perpetual boards and within your lineage. So don't worry too much about what's happening on your board. Just focus on where you're at. I thought I'd share that with everybody this evening. And then the other thing, go for it.
No, it's fine. Go, carry on.
Okay. And then the other thing is, you know, we've got to, I was talking about the word perspective just now. You know, we're talking about 15 days. 15 days that this beautiful machine has been purring. From a system point of view, let me tell you something. This system, this program is second to none. It is working like a well-oiled machine. The only errors that are popping in, which we know because of comments and reports that we get on the chat function that's on the website, 95% of it is user error. It's user error. But as far as the system goes, it is working as it was designed, with those perpetual boards and that cross-pollination that is kicking in already. It is the most amazing thing to see. So it's all about just having a bit of perspective and having a bit of patience. And let me tell you something, in the next, you know, everything works in a 90-day cycle. And you'll see in about a month and a half, we're not going to be dealing with people that are on boards that don't know why they're there. We're going to be training about the culture of people coming into this program. And we've said this before, this is not for everybody. And yeah, so what I just want to mention is having patience with people. We're dealing with people from all corners of the world. We've all got different cultures, and it's all about just being kind and respecting each other. That's all I just wanted to mention from our side. I see Angela's got a hand up.
I just want to mention a few things, Ange, before otherwise I'm going to forget. So just with regards to all of our community members that have been migrated, we were talking about sidelining. Now, for new people, if you guys are still on the call, we do have sidelining in place for you. And that just means that if you get to Legend and you don't have your 2 gifters to get you verified, you will be sidelined. And that just means you get moved off the board, you have a sacred pause, and until you are ready with your gifters, then you can come back in. We have decided it was going to be implemented for the migrators on the 31st, but we've decided to extend it. Now, a lot of people were very angry that we made it the 31st of January because it's January or January. People are only going to get paid now. So we've extended it. But I've noticed in the chat today that there was a lot of negativity surrounding that extension because we are told that we are now sabotaging the people that are on the boards with unresponsive accounts. Now, I just want to put that to bed now because never, ever, ever in any of the trainings that we've done have we said that we can sideline unresponsive accounts on the board. We have only said that a legend will be sidelined if they are unresponsive or if they don't have their gifters. So if we go into people's accounts that are unresponsive and we just take their accounts away from them, it's like having a bank account and the bank closing it. It's not really ethical to do that because we've allowed you to sign terms and conditions which state that the legend will be removed from the board. So, if you've got unresponsive accounts and you've got big dreams, are you really going to let that stand in the way of your dreams, that there's a couple of people on your board you can't get hold of? Like, I was actually in shock today. Chris, myself, Angela, all of you guys that are on the Zoom calls every night, we kept the community together for 5 months without any gifts. And I always say that because that is a miracle short of none. And now you guys are allowing a couple of unresponsive accounts on the board to just deter you from your dreams. Well, let me tell you, I, as one person, if I was on a board like that, I would do whatever I could to make sure that I get 8 people to join me. But I can guarantee you're not going to be the only one on the board. I'm sure you could find one other person that has the same dreams and drive that you have. And between the 2 of you, you only need 4 people. If there's 3 of you on a board, now remember, there's about seven people on a board without gifters. If there's 3 of you, between the 3 of you, if you each bring 2, the algorithm's very clever because if there is activity and you've got 6, believe you me, it will fill the last 2 for you. So don't allow some tiny little bump in the road to deter you from your dreams, because there are those of us out there that have been building and have been bringing people and show that this does work. And it is a program second to none. This algorithm is incredible. There is nothing faulty with the coding and the system. Yes, there's been a couple of glitches on the website and that kind of thing, but easy fixes. The system has not let us down. So don't let us down. I just want to also make it very clear that those unresponsive accounts, we did not bring them in. Our community brought them in, but we're getting the blame for it, which I think is also quite unfair. We allowed you to migrate accounts. We told you that you need to make sure if you migrate accounts that you have the right amount of people that can support the accounts you bring over. That hasn't been done. There are people that are joining, new people that are joining. They weren't migrated. There's new people. They don't know what this is about. Did we put them in? No, it's our community. So our community needs to be a little bit more engaged and understand how this works. Okay, we cannot remove people off the boards because you put them in there and now you're regretting it, or you've realized, oh my gosh, I've got 10 accounts and now everyone's putting pressure on me to build the boards and I want to surrender them. No, you gave your sacred yes for that account. So make a plan. Don't make it our problem. Seriously. And we've realized that there's a lot of unresponsive accounts because people thought, oh, well, this board's quiet. I'm just going to go build another board and start with a new lineage. So now you've given your unresponsive accounts to us to sort out because you're going to go and build somewhere else instead of working with 3 to get 8 people. I mean, we all know when we gave our sacred yes, it takes people to make people to make people to bring in the gifts. We all know that. So instead of focusing on what's not going on your board, focus on what you can do to make it happen. Okay, if Chris and all of us had to give up, we wouldn't be sitting here today. We really wouldn't. We would have nothing. We'd just be stuck. We'd be stuck knowing that gifting works and not being able to implement it. So here we are. We're ready to go forward. And I just beg of you to remember your why. dig deep. I mean, when we kept extending the launch, you dug deep into that faith, and now you're letting this little roadblock stop you. Like, go back to the faith. All right.
Yeah, absolutely, Cans. Here. Cans for president. I just wanted to say one thing before we sort of head on out, but I've noticed today with a lot of the gifting that I've been receiving. Firstly, on that, I know that some people have assumed that kind of people in leadership or presenters, we're the ones receiving. That's not the case. People who are on for the first time, I mean, there's one of our guys on the support team, they joined fresh on $100 board and already on the 1,600. I've been around for a year. I had no gifts until like I got on the $100 board like last week, and 2.5 weeks in was the first time, like yesterday and the day before, that my silver board filled out. So there's no favoritism. We all are in this together community. We're all one big family together. But what I wanted to just say was that, please, if you've put out there into the universe, into your prayers, whatever that might be, that you want to receive, then set yourself up so that you can receive. There's no point saying, I want to receive, but then you haven't set up your PayPal, you haven't set up your email accounts, you haven't set your Wise, preferably not PayPal, Wise more than anything. When I got invited to this precursor program a year ago, my inviter said to me, make sure that you're ready. I opened up a Proton Mail account because I was like, universe, I want to receive. So I'm going to have an email address specifically that all of those incredible amounts of gifts, everyone's going to message me there. I made sure that I had set up my payment methods. Everything was ready. The soil was fertile to receive. Don't tell the universe, I want to receive, and you're not waiting for those gifts to arrive. So please make sure that while your boards are getting ready to spin, which they may do all quickly in one day, that you are not going to hold up the flow because you're not ready. Okay. Just a word to encourage you. George, I see your hand is up. We've got 4 minutes left, so go ahead.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, I think we need to unmute you. There you go.
I got it. I got it. Hi, guys. Just listen to Candice, listen to Angela, listen to Chris. This is got to be the easiest thing I've ever done. It's not as easy as turning a tap on, but I've done so many businesses in my life. All you need to do is do it, help people, be kind, and somebody today told me you have to, if you're having difficulty with it, step back and don't try and transmit how the system works. Transmit what the change has been with you. The person I was helping today, I don't know her. I sponsored her into a board. I've been helping her. And I said to her, look, transmit heart. Transmit, you suddenly have hope back in your life. Her and her husband lost their jobs. They've got hope now. They've got dreams back again. So don't, if you're finding it difficult, like I think Chris or Candice said, don't try and explain every single little detail. People will learn that. It's really the change that I have seen, which has come across people. There's a guy on this call today who I didn't know maybe 2 months ago, I didn't know him, and I've got to know him over the last 3 weeks. He came in here, his life has completely changed. I mean, and the message he sent me is like, heart. I keep telling people this story, there's a lot of head in it. There has to be for it to work the way it is working. But what's the heart of it is heart, not pocket. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
Thank you, George. Heart, not pocket.
Thank you, George.
Here.
I do actually want to talk. I know I'm unmuted already. I want to dovetail on that. Thank you, George. Sorry, I can't sign and speak simultaneously that strong anymore. So just speaking. I have yet to experience any receiving, and I have been in gifting community for far too many years to really be where I'm at with the receiving. But what I have experienced is more valuable than any amount of money. The riches I have, and I might get a little emotional, the riches I have from being a part of this community I have a purpose in my life again. I have a meaning and a reason to get up in the morning. I have a reason not to quit. I have a reason not to get into despair. I have a reason to keep going and to keep sharing. And yeah, it's hard right now for me to share with people who know me because I'm piss poor. You know, there's a lot of scarcity in my life at this now moment. But I believe that that's changing and I can feel it changing. And I see how much support and how much love I get from every single person in this community. So I want to say thank you so much for the love, for the support, because I know that this is going to be successful. And even if I never get a single dollar from it, I'm still alive today because of all of you guys.
One of the people in my team, he told me last year he was about to commit suicide, and it was only because he's trained in sport that he didn't. But he said, I didn't even have money to buy a glass of water. And this has brought him back to life. Anyways, so many lovely stories.
Thank you.
Wow.
I think
Thank you, guys.
Colin's got his hand up and I feel like we should let him speak, and then we're going to close off with our beautiful Gift of Legacy song. So we've got 2 more minutes, Colin. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Oops.
Hi, I want to first of all say thanks to you guys. I know Angela from somewhere else, and I don't know if she recognizes me.
Of course
But
I do.
my good buddy in the corner there, he took a picture of something, and then he saw, here's a guy who got his eyes open. But I'm telling you, it's the truth what he says. I got in here last week with George, and he trained me what's going on here. And I can tell you, I landed on Granny's board, and it spun.
Yay.
And it's been spinning ever since. And it's going to spin tomorrow again.
Wow.
Not even a day, and it's going to spin again.
What?
Yes.
What they're talking about is the truth. If you work together as a team on the board, the 4 builders together, you spin this thing quickly. You have them lined up like rockets on the side here. That's what you need to do, guys. That's it. Simple.
Think ahead.
Keep it simple, stupid. Thanks, guys.
That's it. Thank you, Colin. Well done, George.
Wow.
All right, family.
Hope is all we have, all we need on this journey. Love is what we give when we receive, so keep it burning. Gift your soul and let it be. Soon you'll find your gift of legacy. I'm ready to color my world, ready to give to you. I'm ready to color my world, ready to give to you.
Faith will keep you strong where you belong. Just believe it. Dreams to help you grow, to reap and sow. You receive it.
So gift your soul and let it be. Soon you'll find your gift of legacy. I'm ready to color my world, ready to give to you. I'm ready to color my world, ready to give to you.
heart just never gets old. Will never get old. Thank
Awesome,
you, everybody.
guys.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Same place,
Night,
same time,
everybody.
same link. Good night, everybody.
Yes. Tsunami of love.
See you.
Yay. Have
Bye,
we
guys.
unmuted our sheep?
Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Guys.
Adios.
Hi.
Good night. Good night,
Hi.
community.
Bye.
Namaste.
Oh,
Namaste.
ano pa yung post ko yun? Mumara because of
Namaste.
Bye.
You guys really namaste.
Buonasera, buonasera.
Bye, everyone.
Namaste. Namaste.
One love. One love. Bye, Amadeo.
Bye, goodbye.
Hey,
Bye, everyone.
It's like we're on an animal. Sounds of happy soul.
ano ba sa June? Yeah, paano pa yung 40? Kaya
What do you mean? Still going, Angela.